What's up, everybody? We're back with some more of the Saku. And I've been drinking, so you know it's gonna be fun, right? Let's do it. Let's see what happens next. Yes, I wanna load the game. Let's go. You're welcome. With the first half of the Golden Week having passed uneventfully, we've arrived at the 29th of April. Oh, what's wrong? This is nothing. Don't mind it. In spite of the fact that today is a holiday, Konami and I have come to the student council room, so we need to prep the papers to be used for tomorrow's meeting, right? Long story short, it was only the last night when Konami remembered that she still has things to make ready for tomorrow. Visibly in a sweat, she told me she'd go to school today. I couldn't bring myself to simply leave her alone, thus I've come along to help. So there aren't that many papers just for the committee meeting, so it shouldn't take long, right? As if I could just stand smug and contented when my sister works, you know. Well, let's get started then. I'll help you file the copies and handouts, so put together all the papers we need first. As she looks through the original copies, she suddenly freezes up. What's wrong? It seems as though it's a paper mixed in that hasn't been approved by the student council president yet. Alright, I'll give her a call then. With that, she takes out her cell phone and presses the call button. It appears she isn't picking up. That's a little problematic. She starts to ruminate on whether there's some kind of solution to the dilemma. Quite unusual for her, she appears to be at a loss and seeks my help. I guess I'll go by her place. You put together all the papers and finish copying while I am away. Once I'm back, we'll do the filing together. Since I don't know what papers are needed, or Konami can handle that part. Consequently, this should be the most efficient way to approach the situation. Of course, her address is noted in the register of members, right? I'll go there immediately. If anything else comes up, call my cell phone. I take the register she holds out to me and check Senpai's address. It's not that far off. If she isn't out at the moment, this should be quick. I don't want to keep you waiting too long. Alright, I'm off then. Thus, seen up at Konami, I left the student council room. With a little over 10 minutes of roaming around the vicinity of the address listed in the register to go by, I reached the destination. And the place that matches the noted address has turned out to be somewhat surprising. Here, the building right in front of me is most likely an orphanage, I think. Not exactly though. It seems there's also a retirement home here as well. At any rate, several little children are running around in front of the yard past the entrance gate. This can't be the wrong place, right? Judging by the address plate, this is put up near the gate. This really must be Jinpo Senpai's residence, but I'm able to acquire conviction that I'm indeed at the correct address. I find myself slightly puzzled about what I should do. However, before I can make up my mind for good, A feeling of relief surfaces as I hear this familiar voice from the side.
本当にユウマくんだ。こんなところで会うなんてどうしたの？
She runs up with light steps. Judging by the big supermarket plastic bag she's carrying, I suppose she just came back from shopping. Hey, senpai.
なになに？もしかして私に会いに来てくれたとか？
Correct.
嘘？本当に？偶然とかじゃなくて？
No, I really did come to see you.
ユウマくんが出れた。これは大事件。
Wrong. I came because I have business concerning the student council with you.
なんだ、がっかり。
Sorry that I'm even intruding on your place because of this. You didn't pick up the phone when we tried to call you, so we really had no other choice.
言われてみれば、部屋に携帯を置きっぱなしだった。
I'd be thankful if you had it with you as much as possible.
ごめんね。持ち歩いてると子供たちにいたずらされちゃうから。
The kids. In response to her words, I shift my gaze towards the building before me, which I guessed to be an orphanage. Do you live here, Simba?
うん、住んでるよ。
Huh. Figures that the address listed in the register was actually correct after all.
おっと、違うからね。全員私の子供ってわけじゃないから。だってまだ処女だし。
That thought never occurred to me. Also, I'd be grateful if you spared me from weird outbursts like that.
私の処女欲しくなっちゃった？
Don't say stuff like that in a place like this. It lacks consideration in regards to properly educating young children.
相変わらず冷たいなもう。
I'm pretty sure there is absolutely nothing wrong with what I said, though. So regarding the fact that you're living here.
別に孤児ってわけじゃないからね。これでも実は結構長生きしちゃってるし。
I see. So there's also a retirement home on the premises, so that's where you...
私だってたまには本気で怒るよ。
I was just joking, man. Seeing that she gave me a seriously grim look for a moment, I suppose she must be minding it, her age, and all that stuff.
私はね、住み込みでここのお手伝いしているんだ。
You mean you're part of the staff?
まあね、ボランティアみたいなものだけど。
I see. Student council president at school and living volunteer at home. Just how much of a virtuous mind does she own? As I once again admire the extent of her goodwill.
お姉ちゃん。お？どうしたの？
A girl who pulls at Senpai's skirt shows up.
絵本読んでくれるって約束。
Masked with an anxious countenance, she timidly looks at Senpai.
ちゃんと覚えてるよ。だからそんな顔しないの。
Following that, the girl gazes at me apologetically. Hello.
こんにちは。
I suppose I can't take it that she's unsure whether she can just go and play with Senpai since she has me over as her guest.
ごめんね、ゆうまくん。先約があるから大至急じゃなかったら少しだけ待っていてくれる？
Yeah, no problem. I recall what Konami said. There's no need for you to hurry. Thus, yielding to the gaze of the little girl, my decision was set that very instant.
ごめんね。中でお茶くらいはご馳走できるから。さ、入って入って。
Alright, I suppose I could stay for a little while. On that holiday, in the early afternoon, I was invited into an orphanage for the first time in my life. By the way, kids are little, innocent creatures that don't know the world. Don't know the world, I'm assuming. Reservation just yet.
みんな、ただいま。あ、姉ちゃんが男連れてきた。ほんとだ、すっげえ。しかもイケメン。お姉ちゃん彼氏なの？彼氏だ。熱愛発覚だ。
Don't give me that. What should I do? Look, I'm an outsider here.
そうだよね。まずはちゃんとユウマくんのことを紹介しないと。
Yeah? Please do.
兄ちゃん兄ちゃん、あん姉ちゃんとはどこまでやった？キスぐらいはしてる？一緒にお風呂入った？ちょっと男子、デリカシーなさすぎなんですけど。でもちょっと私も興味ある。
There are comparatively old kids in the mix, but they're still children.
おほん。はいはい、みんな注目。
In response to Senpai's raised voice, the kids that have been making a racket quiet down. She has quite the authority.
それじゃ、みんなにもこっちのお兄さんのことご紹介しちゃいます。
Upon that, Senpai throws a quick glance at me.
このお兄さんは、あんお姉ちゃんの彼氏のユウマくんって言います。
Wrong. I'm just a junior.
うわ、真顔で否定された。
I'm Masabi Yuma. Best regards.
お姉ちゃん？子供たちの目が冷たいよ。
That's because you lie with unflinching confidence.
そんな
Together with an exaggerated gesture and blatantly obvious faux sobbing, she breaks down crying. With that scene, warm giggles fill the room. I see. I suppose she's quite the popular one here as well.
お姉ちゃん。
The little girl, who had come up to the gate to greet Senpai on her return, runs up to her with small steps.
そうだったね。絵本読んであげないと。もうちょっとだけ待っててね。こっちのお兄ちゃんにお茶を用意するから。私もお手伝いする。私もお茶組みあります。ありがとう。それじゃあみんなで一緒にやろっか。
While I gaze at Senpai's back as he supposedly heads to the kitchenette with the kids, I can't help but think how nice the atmosphere is. Having handed me a mug with warm tea, Senpai, surrounded by small children, begins to read the picture.
クマさんは蜂蜜が大好き。出来たてのホットケーキにたっぷりと蜂蜜をかけていきます。ホットケーキ食べたい。ドロドロ、ドロドロ、ドパーン。ふわふわのホットケーキは蜂蜜でびちゃびちゃです。と思ったけどやっぱりどうしよう。甘くなりすぎちゃったかも。お塩は
I have no idea whether the story is supposed to stimulate the appetite or not. With thoughts like that crossing my mind, I keep a somewhat absent-minded gaze at Senpai as she continues reading.
ゆうまくん、どうかした？
Probably having noticed my gaze, she turns her eyes towards me, puzzled. It's nothing. I just thought about how delicious hotcake sounds.
今、塩漬けになっちゃったところよ。
Really now?
でも安心して。クマさんはまだまだホットケーキを食べようと頑張り続けるのだ。
Senpai, that was a spoiler. You upset the kids.
おっと、ごめんね。どこからだっけ？ここ、今度はお醤油かけるの。
Mr. Bear, what in the world made you arrive at that decision?
うわあ、真っ黒になっちゃったぞ。でも、これを白いご飯と一緒に食べたら。
So somehow this makes me feel nostalgic. I remember how Konami made her read picture books when we were kids, or also how Mom read them to me. These are memories from long in the past. As I reminisce that I also once had days like that, I sense a weak, prickling pain in my chest. What's up?
その
She promptly erases her expression, then lightly tilts her head to the side. How about you join our little circle?
こっちで一緒に読む？
She was saying that on me. To be honest, I'm vaguely interested in how the story continues, but regardless, that'd naturally be somewhat embarrassing. No,
遠慮なんてしなくていいのにね、みんな。ね
Does it make the kids happier when you join in at a time like this, or not? If I find myself at a loss about that, someone pulls up my jacket from
なあ
behind.
なあ、兄ちゃん。
What is it? As I turn my head, there's a relatively old,
兄ちゃ
cheeky-looking
んって
boy.
さ、キャッチボールできる？壁にボール投げんのもう飽きちゃってさ。
Playing catch, huh? Sure, why not?
ほんと？やった！それじゃあ外に行こうぜ。
Right. Well, this is something that suits me better. Yeah, you heard it, senpai.
やっぱり男の子だね。元気でよろしい。
Hey, do you have a glove? I asked the boy who invited me to play with him.
ああ、バッチリ。この前知らないおじさんが門の前に置いててさ。
Oh, left it. Is that alright?
世の
I
中捨て
mean,
たものじゃないんだよ。そういうことしてくれる人、時々いるんだよね。
I see. It seems like Chun also has masked good Samaritans. Well, we'll borrow the art then.
窓ガラス割ったりしないでね。
I'll be careful. Somebody sees us up with a really happy smile as the boy leads me by the hand.
さあ、こっちも続き読むよ。
For some reason, it feels like I've been welcomed into their family, which in turn now makes my chest ticklish with warmth. After that, the boy and I played catch in the institution's yard for a while. It's been a while since I last played a sports game outside of PE class. Having said this, while I did not contact Konami regarding the situation, she's nevertheless bound to get mad if I take too much time. As I returned inside the building, by the time the sun started to sink... Huh? Senpai's unable to find her. I look around restlessly. Only moments later, a girl runs up to me. I guess she might have a message from me or
あの
something.
ね、あお姉ちゃんがすぐ戻ってくるから待っていてって。
I see. Thanks. As I pat the reliable good girl's head, Senpai unexpectedly shows up without me having actually have to wait for her.
お待たせ、ゆうまくん。それじゃあ行きましょうか。
Huh? Why did you change your school uniform?
だって生徒会のお仕事があるんでしょ？
You merely have to check the paper I brought along, though.
ダメ。後輩だけ働かせるわけにはいきません。
You have to take care of the kids, don't you?
他の職員さんに頼んできたから大丈夫だよ。私一人しかいないわけじゃないんだし。
Well, that's true, I guess.
とにかく私も行くから。それとも生徒会長に逆らうつもり？
Got it. To begin with, I'm also just helping Konami, so I can hardly say no to someone who wants to do the same. I chose to quickly give up any resistance and just do what she says. I noticed a girl holding the picture of Senpai as she read starting in our direction.
何？どうしたの？私じゃなくて、ゆうまくんに用事？
The girl nods in response. Me? Maybe you don't want me to take Senpai away?
そうじゃなくて、
Now she shakes her head and alternates her gaze between Senpai and me.
あのね、お兄ちゃん。お姉ちゃん、かわいい？
Huh? Cute. That sudden straight ball renders me unable to coherently weave my words together. I guess I can't dodge the question if a little kid's asking me. I think she's pretty.
もう、ゆうまくんってば。
I'm compelled by an urge to tell her that it was nothing but flattery. But I don't want to confuse a little girl, so I forcibly restrain myself.
そうじゃなくて、
You are pointing at something else?
お姉ちゃんのお洋服。
Clothes? So she's basically asking me whether Senpai's uniform is cute. Yeah, it looks cute, I think. It looks great on her, you know? The girl smiles happily as I praise Senpai's clothing. And Senpai watches that girl with gentle eyes.
さて、それじゃあユウマくん、そろそろ行こっか。
Yeah. So what meaning did that question have in the end, I wonder? We leave the orphanage and head towards the school alongside each other. Senpai, there's something I want to ask you, you know? The conversation just now made me recall something I've been wondering, so I decided to ask her about it. I've been thinking for quite a while already, but why is it that you're the only one who's wearing a different uniform? According to that rude nurse, it's merely a manifestation of selfishness, but...
ああ、この制服のこと？確かに一人だけ違うのは変だよね。
Didn't Tsukishima tell you off because of it?
あの子の入学前からこの服だからね。何度かお説教されたけど、あんまり強くは言えないみたい。
I see. In other words, she's fully aware that she's doing something that goes against school regulations.
この制服はね、さっきの女の子のお父さんが作ったんだ。
He made it.
あの子のお父さん、洋服のデザイナーやってたの。
I see. So it made her happy when her father's work was I came to a realization. It made sense. Since she's in an orphanage, does that mean her father is...
うん。そのお父さんはもういないの。それで、その人の記憶は私が背負っているんだ。
She appears somewhat uncomfortable, but smiles nonetheless. So in order to make that girl happy, is that the reason why she's wearing a different uniform?
それもあるけど、どっちかというとお父さんのためかな。
What do you mean?
この服はね、もともと三早学園の制服になるはずだったの。
That's something I've never heard
だけど
before.
女子の制服だけ何着か試作したところでデザイナーさんが病気でね。
You mean because of that the clothes design weren't adopted in the end? She nods in response.
でもね、いなくなったあのお父さんは自分の最後のお仕事をすごく誇りに思っていたんだ。だってその人は三早学園の卒業生だったから。
I suppose that's a regret left
だ
behind.
から私はこの服を着ているの。作った人の気持ちを知っているから。
In order to fulfill its dream in its place.
そんなところかな。どうしても誇りをかぶらせておくことができなくて。
Dressing his juniors from his alma mater in the uniform he made with his own hands. Jipo Senpai lives out his dream of his, even if it's only a tiny fraction of it. I'm starting to feel embarrassed of myself for thinking that it was just an act of selfishness.
私があの施設に住んでいるのも、実はその人の魂を運んだのがきっかけなんだ。
Because he was worried about his daughter who left behind.
心配で、すごく心配で、胸が張り裂けそうな気持ち。
She makes a face that slightly looks like she might cry. Senpai.
ごめんね、ちょっと思い出しちゃって。
Do other people's memories disturb one's heart so greatly?
こんなのはただの自己満足なんだけどね。だってそうでしょ。願いが叶っても死んだ人は帰ってこないから。
Well, true if you say that she does, what she does is nothing but commiseration. You can't argue it away, but I can't say much to refute it. But still, I couldn't bear to see her smile sorrowfully. That person, the girl's father, I'm sure he's smiling in heaven.
あの世なんてないと思うよ。だって魂は生まれ変わって記憶は私のところにあるんだもの。喜んでくれるはずのその人はもういないの。
Still, I can't possibly accept her words, her deeply sad feelings. When I eventually die, I'd be happy if it was someone like you who came to grieve my soul.
ユーマか。そっか。ありがとう。
There's no way she'd be satisfied with my assertion. I'm sure she can't find any consolation in these cheap words of mine.
コナタンが待ってるんでしょ。早く行かないと。
Yeah. She's smiling at me like usual, but her eyes are filled with sorrow. That night, by the time I returned to my room after dinner...
おやま、うっとうしいお客人がいらっしゃるようですよ。お客様?
Just as I wonder what Kotaru is talking about...
Hi, Daddy. Oh,
I see. That's indeed an irritating guest.
何をしに来たんですか？ティナ様の件でしたら、すでにエレ様もここで暮らしているのはご承知でございますよ。
ガキンチのことなんてどうでもいいわ。私は坊やに会いに来たのよ。
Me? Something you need from me?
決まってるでしょ。愛を語りに来たのよ。
Wink? He sends me a wink flying at me, devoid of the slightest speck of hesitation. Thanks a lot, man. I feel like throwing up now.
あら、大変。具合悪いの？看病してあげなくっちゃ。
That was not my point.
おかまさんのせいです。早くどこかへ行ってください。
ああ？何よあんた。私に命令しようっての。
ごめんなさい。そのくらいにしてくださいませんかね、ヒュベ様。それとも私がお相手いたしましょうか。
うざったいクソいるね。やりたいって言うならあんたの腹渡引きずり出してやるわよ。
Yo, don't be fighting in my room this late at night.
ごめんなさい。坊やが言うなら何もしないわ。
This is gross. I'm gonna get ill.
何気にユーマ様、ヒュベ様に言うことを聞かせられる唯一のお方となりましたね。
そうなのよ。私が言うこと聞くなんて坊やだって。だからしばらく一緒にお話ししましょう。
Sorry. I fail to understand the reason. As I heave a deep sigh, something occurs to me, making me rally myself. Come to think of it, well, it's something clearly evident, so the phrasing of it is a bit weird, but you're a sweeper, aren't you?
そうよ。それがどうかしたかしら?
He might just be the right person to get a different opinion from Senpai regarding Soul Reaper matters. There's something I'd like to ask you, you know? Soul Reapers shoulder the memories of the souls they ferry, correct?
あら、詳しいわね。賢い男の子は大好き。
Spare me, please.
ユーマさん、それがどうかしましたか?
Well, there's no particular reason, just wondered how that feels.
坊やってば、お嬢のことでも気にしてるの?
Missy? You mean Senpai and Eleonora?
そうよ。ま、 一応私と同じくらいの古株なんだけど。
I don't know how old Hyperion is, but for him to refer to himself as veteran, I suppose his age must reflect that title, which means Eleanor. No, Senpai is also? But how did you know it was about her?
記憶のことなんて気にするのお嬢くらいだもの。そこのガキンチョはろくに仕事もしてないし。
So in short, you mean to say that you aren't concerned over the memories you have?
当たり前よ。ほんとおバカさんよね、お嬢って。
What do you mean? It sounded like he's denying Senpai's gentleness, which made me somewhat irritated.
だって死んだ人間のことなんていちいち気にしてたら身が持たないわよ。本当にお嬢ってば昔っからお人よしのバカなのよね。
So that means it's normal not to get concerned?
あのね、私たち死神がどれだけの記憶を背負ってると思うの？
How am I supposed to know?
私も数えてないけど、とにかくいっぱいよ。しかも楽しい記憶ばっかりじゃないし、そんなの一つ一つ相手にしてたら気が狂うってば。
Would you? Would you go crazy with a million memories? No, would you go crazy with the memories of 100 people who measures out to be a million memories? Would you go crazy? Because if you would, that would mean An Senpai is a very, very strong woman who was able to think of those memories and deal with those memories and compose herself regardless of those memories, which is why she would be considerably stronger than you, wouldn't it? Now that he says that, I guess he has a point. No, he doesn't. Every soul contains a human's lifetime worth of memories. If you keep countless amounts of those inside you, there's no way you can remain sane.
だから私は欲望に忠実なの。男同士のただれた日々を過ごしましょう。毎日面白おかしく好き勝手に生きるのが一番よ。
I see. I now have a very good understanding of the existence of your talent for pissing me off.
どうして？
性格の不一致でございますね。
心配いらないわ。そのくらい愛があれば乗り越えられるもの。
There is no love, so that won't work. Also, I think it's about time for you to return to wherever you came from.
坊やが冷たいわ。
It's not like I think your mindset is wrong or anything.
はあ、仕方ないわね。機嫌悪そうだから今日は帰った方が良さそうだわ。
はい、とっととお帰りくださいませ。
そこのクソ犬は黙ってなさい。
Threat, the Pansy Soul Reaper, for some reason, suddenly softens his expression.
ねえ、坊や。お嬢がやってることが馬鹿げているのは本当なの？
Leaving me with these words, he quietly dissipates into the air.
ユーマさん？
What's up?
いえ、なんでも。
I see. What face am I making right now, I wonder? If you minded the memories of every single dead human, you'd ruin yourself, huh? So then, just how much of a heavy burden is Senpai shouldering? Even though I can't begin to imagine it, for some reason, I felt a constricting pain in my heart. Tuesday! The next day... Crap.
やっと授業終わった。
The next day, the first block of Golden Week holidays is over. School finished uneventfully. School bags in hand, we student council members from the same class leave the classroom together. Today we'll have a simple meeting in the student council room, and after that we'll have a committee meeting, so...
ごめんなさい。ちょっと、
You forgot something?
だから、
She's restlessly rubbing her thighs together. Alright. I gotcha. I suppose she has to use the restroom.
ゆうりちゃん、おしっこ私も行っておこうかな。みーよ、もう少し恥じらいを。っていうか、はっきり言わないで。
My exercise of tact is all for naught.
そんじゃあ俺もユーマ、ツレション行こうぜ。
No, I don't have to go.
んだよ冷てえな。しゃあない。ツレションはミオちゃんたちと行ってくるわん。
コエタくん、女子トイレに入るの？
いやー、さすがに風紀委員長の前でそれはできねえかな。
当たり前です。そんなこと許しません。
This is merely about going to the toilet. Yet they make such a ruckus. You know, these guys really are quite lively. Calm down, and the three of you just go already. Shikishimi is gonna pee herself if you take over time.
漏らしません。ミオ、行きましょう。ゆうくん、また後でね。
Oh boy. Huh? You're not going so? It strikes me as odd that So is still tagging along with me despite Mio and Shikishimi having one left, so I raised the question.
いやだって男子トイレと女子トイレ隣同士だし、ミオちゃんたちも俺に入るとこ見られたくないっしょ。
I think it's a little too late to display that kind of consideration.
紳士だからな。
Does the gentleman say let's go take a piss together with the girls?
本物の紳士は口ではなく態度からにじみ出るものなんだぜ。
Be more conscious of what you say as well. While you're at it, you know, don't talk about your fetish in front of others.
今はそれ関係なくね。
Everything. It's inherently part of the category. Be conscious of what you say. After all, this dude goes and nonchalantly lays it on the line, even as someone he sees for the first time.
さて、じゃあそろそろ俺も行ってくるわ。
Sure. He walks up in the direction of the men's restroom. Well, I suppose I'll just go ahead then. Proceeding with leisurely steps by myself, I eventually arrive. I noticed that the door to the student council I noticed the door to the student council room is just a wee bit open. It would appear that either Senpai or Konami have already arrived before me, as I unhesitatingly open the door like I always do.
お腹すいたんでちゅか？おっぱいあげまちゅね。ぐひひひ。え？
So, alright, meet. 失礼します。
ちょ、待って。別に出て行かなくていいから。
I thought I should pretend I didn't see anything.
そうしてもらえると大変ありがたくはあるんだけどね。
Care to explain what it is this time you're doing?
めちゃくちゃ呆れた目で見られてるし。
She awkwardly puts the small plushie she's been talking to on the desk. This isn't a familiar like Hotaru, is it?
違うよ。これは本当にただのぬいぐるみだってば。
Okay, I see. However, that makes me all the more worried about her.
それに今は私、使い魔持ってないしね。でも、あんな格好したがるような使い魔なんて、コタちゃんくらいなものよ。
Since I don't know about other familiars, I had no means to say for sure, but it seems he's a weirdo even in Senpai's eyes. Which makes what you did right now your hobby?
それも違うって。
She seems there's a reason for it.
そのさっきのはね、ちょっと練習っていうか。
What kind of practice?
ほら、私って子供たちのお世話とか手伝ってるでしょ?
Sure. I recall that I saw yesterday when I was visiting the orphanage.
そのおままごとで遊ぶ時の練習してたの。
I see. Playing also. In my book, that's not something you need any practice with, though. Or so I thought, but then in the back of my mind, what left Senpai's mouth when I came in.
お腹すいたんでちゅか？おっぱいあげまちゅね。
I don't think that was any good.
あ、やっぱり。
You notice yourself?
ちょっとノリで一ネタ挟んでみたんだけど。
Well, as long as it's just during practice, whatever, it's fine, I guess. What's this reaction? Don't tell me.
どうしても何かネタを入れたくなっちゃうんだよね。
You do that in front of the kids?
お母さんはそんな笑い方しないよって困らせてしまいました。
This is about playing house, so I guess it's safe to assume those kids are still pretty small. What is she taking?
そしてお姉ちゃんはおままごとが下手って怒っ。
You've got to be just about the only person in the world who was ever told something like that. And that's why you've been practicing?
まあね、ちゃんと相手してあげられるようになりたいし。
I don't think there's actually a need to put that much effort into it.
よし、見られてしまったからには仕方ない。
And what are you getting at with that declaration?
ゆうまくんも練習に付き合って会長命令。
I already thought something I would have followed. Alright, fine with me.
恥ずかしがっても無駄無駄っていいの？
Yeah, I'll help you.
あれ、てっきり嫌がると思ったのに、男の子ってこういうの嫌がらない？
Oh, maybe.
もしやゆうまくん意外と少女趣味だったり？
If that's how you want to take it, that's fine, you know.
なんか調子狂うな。
It's just that telling her my honest reason for wanting to help would be even more embarrassing. I don't know whether I can be truly of help to her with something like this, but I want to do something for her. However, student council work comes first.
はーい。じゃあ委員会の会議が終わったらお願いね。
Yeah. With the scheduling meeting over, we promptly called it a day. After that, she invited me to her room, which is where I am at right now. Huh, so this is your room, huh?
こら、あんまりジロジロ見ないの。
Sorry? I basically entered the room of a girl other than my family, or the Ichunaze sisters, so I'm a wee bit nervous right now.
昨日掃除しておいてよかった。
Is it usually disorderly?
そんなことないよ。エリに怒られなくてもちゃんと掃除するし。
And the truth is...
たまたま片付いているだけです。すみません。
Ah, good girl for telling me the truth.
じゃあ撫でて撫でて。
No.
ゆうまくんのケチ。
It's not like I'd particularly mind stroking her head, but if I simply do as she says, her demands are likely to escalate. But boy, I gotta say, there's a ton of plushes in here.
子供っぽいでしょ。がっかりした？
No, not really. Why would it be a letdown?
あれ、そうだった？私ってよく大人の女ってイメージ持たれるみたいなんだけど。
I can't deny that my first impression of you was something like that, but what can I say? You're just being you.
受け入れてくれてるのはわかるけど、なんか複雑。
Where can you buy these kind of plushies? Are these also gifts like those of the student council room?
もらい物もあるけど、ほとんどはエレの手作りだよ。
Handcrafted?
言ってなかったっけ？エレって裁縫が趣味なの。
Sewing, which means, I think I got it. You mean the one who fixed the plushie you wrecked before was...
エレがやってくれたの。もっと大切に扱えって怒られたけど。
I see. That comes with a bit of a surprise.
あれでも女の子なんだよ。
She looks at the plushies in her room with a gentle gaze. Seeing that, it makes me think that she really must love Eleonora.
さて、おしゃべりしてないで、そろそろ始めよっか。
Yeah, sure. That being said, what we're about to do now is also nothing but talking, basically. So, what do we do first when playing house?
配役を決めるところからかな。
Yeah, makes sense.
それじゃあ、私がお母さんやるから、ゆうまくんは赤ちゃんね。
Can't I be the father?
プロポーズされた？
Can I go home?
ごめん、言ってみただけだから。
This girl. Anyways, let's just do it, you know. Shall we start from the point where I return home from work?
いいと思う。じゃあ、早速スタート。
I'll leave the room for a moment, then immediately open the door. Regarding my acting, well, I suppose this doesn't really matter. I'll just be my usual self. I'm home.
ちょっとあなた、今何時だと思ってる？
Huh?
毎日遅くまで飲み歩いて、そんなに家に帰るのが嫌なのかしら？まさか浮気してるんじゃないでしょうね。こうなったら離婚よ。
Suddenly, I'm informed of our divorce. We're playing house, aren't we? Sorry, Senpai. Can we stop right here?
どうして？この後一車両ふっかけるから、並行して裁判に持ち込んでもらわないと。
We're playing with kids, right? Do you want to crush their dreamlike image of married life?
現実を見つめてもらおうかなって。
There's time for them to learn reality once they've grown up. And besides, when it comes to kids from an orphanage, this is seriously, really... There are kids with complicated family backgrounds here as well, so in the worst case, won't it possibly dig up some trauma? I really don't want to believe it, but you surely didn't already do this with the kids, did you?
そんなわけないでしょ。今のはゆうまくんが相手だからできる心理だよ。
I don't want your comedy. Just do it normally.
そうなの？
Does that seriously strike you as strange? At any rate, do it the same way as you play with the kids.
了解。
And so, the scene of me returning starts anew. I'm home.
おかえりなさい、ダーリン。早かったのね。
I think my face has a slight cramp, but let's ignore that for now.
ねえねえ、まずはお風呂掃除する？ご飯作ってくれる？それとも。
Stop.
どうして？
There's just so many things wrong with it that I'm getting a headache. Let me ask you, are cleaning the bath and cooking the husband's job?
今の時代、男も家事をしないとじゃない？
Yeah, true, but that was the wife doing the whole day in this particular... But what was the wife doing the whole day in this particular instance? Maybe the setting is that both husband and wife work?
決まってるじゃない。まだ子供もできてない新婚さんだし。
That's quite a nasty wife. Also, what is the continuation of the or maybe?
女の子の口からは言えないな。
Don't you think the kids wouldn't be able to understand the part?
言われてみれば確かによくわかんないって怒られたよ。
Is that expression of surprise genuine? I hope not. I see. So, I think I now have a pretty good understanding of why the kids say you suck at playing house.
もしかしてネタが高度すぎた？
No. To begin with, there's absolutely no need to add in jokes.
そうなの？
It seems she really didn't understand what was wrong from the very fundamental level. What you've been doing is not playing house, but performing sketch comedy. You don't have to try to be funny, just do it seriously. I think that was quite the appropriate, reasonable advice actually, but you just have to act out a plain, normal family, that's all.
普通って言われてもね。
So what? For some reason she makes a troubled expression.
ね、なんていうのかな。普通のご家庭ってどういうのかいまいちピンとこなくて。
Huh.
そっか、テレビのホームコメディとかああいうのは一般のお家とは違うんだね。
Right. Aside from not being a normal human, she also didn't have the chance to grow up in a normal family. I'm sorry.
あれ？どうしてしょんぼりしてるの？
Well,
別に私は不幸な生い立ちとかじゃないよ。単に両親と暮らしたのとか昔の話すぎて参考にならないだけだもの。
what do you mean?
生活のスタイルが違いすぎるの。今時の家にはかまども薪のお風呂もないでしょ。
Whoa. Did she just say hearths and wood fire baths? Maybe she's far older than I had vaguely imagined.
おっと、先に言っておくけど、それがいつの時代なのかは聞いてはいけないよ。レディに年齢の話は禁物だからね。
The next moment, impishly sticks her tongue out at that.
100年前にはもういたわよね。
Ah, that annoying guy again.
おいこら、そこのおかま、いきなり入ってこないでよ。
You again. You have some business with Senpai today?
なんだ、ダーリンに会いに来たに決まってるでしょ。
だったら私の部屋じゃなくてユウマくんの家に行きなさいよ。
I don't really want that either, though.
だって坊やの匂いがすると思ったらお嬢の部屋じゃない？乳くり合ってたらえらいことだもんな。
ちくりって
ねえねえダーリン、年の差カップルなんてうまくいかないからお嬢はやめた方がいいわよ。
Can't say I'm seeing her point, at the very least. She looks like she's around my age and is a girl, so it'd go infinitely better than with this guy.
世代が違いすぎるわよ。私って100年くらい前に日本に来たんだけど、その時にはもうお嬢いたわよ。
ってこら、このおかま、余計なこと言わないでよ。
だからイチャイチャするなら私としましょう。
It's not like we've been flirting or anything.
あら、つまり坊やってばフリーなのね。
Also, if we're talking about differences in age, doesn't that apply to you as well?
言われてみればその視点はなかったわね。目から鱗だわ。
Are you actually an idiot?
あ、 でも心は乙女よ。
それを言うなら私だって中身は乙女だよ。
Senpai, you don't have to compete with him. You'll only stoop down to his level.
おっと、危なかったわ。
Judging by her rash reaction, I guess you could say that she's actually quite easy to provoke.
坊やってば冷たいわ。ところで、どうしておままごとなんてやってたの？
ちょっとあんた、そんなところから見てたわけ？
まあね。
Even though it's just Iberian, it's still kind of embarrassing.
ねえねえ、今度は私と遊びましょう。お嬢とは違って素敵な奥さんやれるわよ。
There could not be a greater deficit to it than the repulsiveness, but it's quite troubling that I can't deny that he'd probably be better at it than Senpai.
いいからもう帰って。エレのこと起こしてお仕置きしてもらうわよ。
いやね、怖いわ。死神の世界も長老には逆らえないのよね。
長老ですって？
じゃあね、坊や。おつぼね様のおばさんが怖いから私は退散するわ。
Having arbitrarily thrown out all sorts of rude remarks, he disappears with the same suddenness as when he popped in.
あの野郎、逃げやがった。ゆうまくん、違うのよ。長老って言ってもこの町に来たのが先ってだけで。
Yeah.
あのおかまよりは私の方が年下なんだからね。
I see. The thing is, after hearing an unbelievable number like 100 years, I can't seem to care about how seemingly minor differences like who of them is in fact older.
それにしてもムカつく。ちょっとゆうまくん。
Yes? What can I do?
明日もう一回挑戦させて。
By challenge, you're talking about playing house?
あのおかまにだけは負けられないもの。素敵な奥さんやってみせるんだから。
She seemed really fired up for it. And so, the next day, after school...
お先に失礼します。あれ？コナタンもう帰るの？はい。戦場が私を待っていますので。
Oh, she's going to play shogi.
え？戦場？
Konami, you sure you're gonna be fine by yourself?
うん。心配しないで。必ず生きて帰るから。
I'll be praying for your safety.
では、いざ出陣。
With big strides, full of fighting spirit, Konami departed from the student council room.
ゆうまくん、あれって何事？
There's a time-limited sale at the supermarket. Asabe Sensei is still at work right now, so Konami volunteered to go.
ああ、
Oh.
ゆうまくんは荷物持ちとかしなくていいの？
I offered to do that for her too, but I was told to buzz off since that was supposedly a woman's battle.
まあ、家族とはいえ、ボロボロになる姿は見られたくないのかもね。
It's just shopping though. Would that really make her become whacked?
あ、でも、コナタンが帰っちゃったならちょうどいいかも。
Why is that?
他のみんなも花壇の整備とか校内の見回り中でしょ？
Alright. In that case, right at this moment, it's just the two of us in this room.
昨日の続き、いいかな？
Ah, that's what you're getting at. I suppose she's talking about practice in the playhouse. She was talking about how she wanted to challenge it again after all. Alright, got it. However, don't add in comical lines like you did yesterday.
わかってるって。昨日あれから何がいけないのかちゃんと考えたんだよ。
And did you figure something out from that?
ゆうまくんが言った通り真面目にやってなかったのかも。ふざけてたわけじゃないんだけど。
Well, I suppose it can't be helped to a certain extent. I mean, she may have memories of the dead, but according to what she said, she doesn't have a clear picture.
なので今回はちゃんと役に入りきってみるね。
I'm sure you can do it.
それじゃあ今からゆうまくんは本当に私の旦那様だからね。
Yeah. Makes you feel kind of shy hearing her say that with a serious tone. If you just play the kind of wife you want to become yourself, that should work.
ゆうまくんの奥さん頑張るね。
For now, let's just give it a try and see. I'm home.
おかえりなさいゆうまくん。
This time she addresses me the usual way, huh?
お仕事お疲れ様。ごめんね。私も残業あったから晩ご飯今から作るところなの。
Seems the setting is that both husband and wife are employed. Is that how she wants her family to be?
ねえゆうまくん、何か食べたいものってある？
Huh, let me think. Slightly churned up, despite the fact that she addresses me the usual way, I ponder about what I should answer.
あ、そうそう。ゆうまくんの好きな食べ物ってなんだっけ？
And she asked me that, she appears to have somewhat returned to her usual life. Well, I like cucumber and eggs.
素材だけ言われてもな。料理の種類だと？
Rice omelet, for instance?
なんかかわいい。
Yeah, I know. My bad.
ごめんごめん。でもちゃんと覚えておくから。今度おままごとじゃなくて本当に作ってあげるね。
Sure, if you say so. How much of what she says does she really mean right now? I don't
まあ
know.
それはおいおい練習しておくとして。それじゃあ今夜は定番のカレーにしておくね。
She probably resumed playing House of That, since she had swords in the imaginary kitchen. Or so I thought, but she immediately turns back to
あ
me.
れゆうまくん、なんだか顔赤くない？
I don't think so. I wanted to finish with really the case, but then I realized myself that my face felt hot.
どうしたの？大丈夫？風邪？
At that, she approaches me with a worried expression and... What?
ちょっと暑いかな。
Senpai, my mind goes blank and I become unable to keep up with the situation.
もうダメだよ。調子悪いなら早く言ってね。
No, Our foreheads are touching each other. Right in front of me are her eyes.
ゆうまくん？
The moment I finally grasp that she's holding my face becomes all the more hot.
大丈夫？
More or less.
無理しないで今日はもう休んでね。私がついていてあげるから。
Is that still a continuation of playing house? The sugary sweat atmosphere that I'm exposed to makes my head spin.
ねえ、ゆうまくん。
What is it?
おかえりなさいのキスしてなかったかも。もしゆうまくんが嫌じゃなかったら。
What? She fixedly gazes into my eyes and somebody shows up at the last instant.
やっと終わったぜ。
ゆうくん、ジンポウ先輩、ただいま戻りましたって二人とも何をしているんですか？何って何の話かな？
ユーマもなんでそんなに先輩と離れて突っ立ってるんだ？
No reason, really. The moment the door was open, we distanced ourselves from each other at lightning speed. and move to opposite edges of the room.
あれゆうくん、顔が真っ赤だよ。ジンポウ先輩もですね。
Questioning gazes are poured onto us. However, it's during situations like these that somebody's usual glibness becomes really useful.
その、なんていうか、ね。
Or that's what I thought, at least.
やば。無理無理。先輩。
なんで涙ぐんでるんすか？
ごめん。今日は私もう帰るね。
Following that, she immediately grabbed her bag and stormed out of the room.
浅場くん、ゆうくんがジンポウ先輩のことをいじめたの？
Well, you see, what kind of excuse should I make?
ま、ユーマごときに会長をいじめて泣かせられるとは思わないけどな。どっちかっていうと逆だろ。
So, toss me a lifeline.
でも、それならなおさら。浅場くん、本当に何があったの？
てか、お前まだ顔が真っ赤だぞ。
I beg of you, just pretend you didn't see anything. Unable to come up with a good excuse, I tided over my situation by persisting in silence. That night, I returned to my room.
やっと終わった。
While I was taking care of the kids, I somehow managed to pretend to be my usual self, but
もう限界。
the moment I'm alone, I sit down on the spot with a thought. I'm getting nowhere. Countless thoughts course through my mind, making my head spin.
私、何やってるんだろう。
What had occurred at the student council room has by now transformed into regret, which closes in on me. But back then, there would have been countless excuses that could have varnished over the situation. Or just telling them the whole truth would have worked out just as well. After all, it's not like I'm hiding the fact that I live at an orphanage or anything. However, I couldn't do so.
どうして？
I don't really understand myself what it is I got so turned up about. At this point, pondering about this by myself won't get me any further.
エレン、助けて。
I slowly crawl up to my window of my room as I mutter that.
何か用か？
Acting as a stand-in mirror, the glass reflects the figure of Ellie, the other me who is not me.
ちょっとお話しさせて。別に構わんが、さっさと要件を言え。
As always, her attitude is blunt and gruff. But despite that, she always listens to whatever I have to talk about.
エレは今日のことは見てた？昼間のことか。見ていたぞ。私、どうしてうまくやれなかったのかな？知らん。
So cold.
だが、一般論を言えば、そうだな。
Seriously, she's such a student ahead. Upon that, she ponders for a bit, then goes on and says,
羞恥心を感じるのは、お前自身がそれが恥ずかしいことだと自覚していたからだろ。
embarrassing.
私、恥ずかしいことなんてしていないよ。子供たちと遊ぶ時の練習していただけだもの。恥ずかしいから、そんな理屈で己を騙していたのだろう、お前は。そんなことは。ま、私にはどうでもいいことだがな。ごめん。
If I become too defensive here and refute, I'll only earn myself some cold treatment. But what is it that she was trying to ultimately
た
say?
だのお芝居とかじゃ。
What I did there was not simply playing house. Maybe I... Then consequently, what would that mean?
ねえ、エレ。私ってひょっとしたら。
Regardless of all my circumstances, she actually fell in...
そんなことよりティナの件はどうなっている？
え？
お前の感情などよりそっちを先にどうにかするべきではないのか？
The fact that she suddenly changed the topic probably means that she refused to answer my question itself.
もう真面目に聞いてよね。
だから私にはどうでもいいことだ。まったくあんな男の何を気にする必要がある？だいたいアンは昔から我らの立場というものだな。
And so, while ignoring the lecture Ellie started, I did nothing but puff up my cheeks and pout. And with that, I appreciate you if you have watched this episode. Let's save it right here before I forget.
セーブ画面か。
セーブしますか？セーブ終わり。
And I will see you in the next episode.